Hi, this is your Coach Mary from tapintoaction.com, and today is the first day of the new year. Now, I live in Colorado, and we do something really unique here. Every first day of the year, every New Year's Day, we do this thing called the lake plunge. I live right by Evergreen Lake. It freezes over, and they cut out this big hole in the lake, and people jump into it just because it's a challenge, because they're committing to something, they're taking something on. And let me tell you, today when I woke up, it was all of 5 degrees. So it probably got up to about 15, maybe nothing more than that, because, you know, it's winter in Colorado. And people jumped in. I mean, kids. It was wonderful. Adults, kids, young and old, it didn't matter. They took it on. They decided that this year, the best way to start this year was to do something that pushed their limits already. So here's my question for you. Are you ready to take a plunge? This is the first day of the year. What are you going to do this year? I'm not talking about New Year's resolutions. Believe me, I am not a believer in New Year's resolutions. We know what happens to most of them. But it is a time to be able to ask yourself if you're willing to decide to really move forward. Is this the year you're going to make your business a business? Not a hobby, not something that you've been thinking about doing, but you're really going to take it and make it into a business. I ask you that so that you can ask yourself, if the answer is yes, even if you're hesitant, there's probably some tapping that we can do on that, because we want to be able to be congruent. When we say yes, the universe listens to us because we are congruent. So if we're kind of halfway yes, we really kind of want to, but we're not completely solid, then the universe hears that as a maybe. I'm not sure. So make this the year that you get congruent, because when you really decide to get congruent, then your whole world opens up and amazing things happen. So the plunge I'm talking about is putting yourself out there, making the decision that this is the year you're going to be congruent. So let's get out some of the stuff, let's tap on those things that get in our way. All right, so let's do some. Let's start here at the karate chop spot, okay? Even though I don't know if I'm ready to take the plunge, I'm choosing to honor and accept myself anyhow. Even though taking the plunge sounds pretty scary, that's okay. I'm going to honor and accept myself no matter what. Even though I thought I took the plunge, I thought I made the decision. But maybe I have to make it again and again. Maybe it's not something that happens just once. And no matter what, I'm going to choose to accept myself and all of my feelings. Okay? Let's go to the eyebrow. I don't know about taking the plunge. It sounds pretty scary. I don't know if I'm ready to take the plunge. I want to be ready. I want to do something with my business. I want to take it over the top this year. I have some apprehensions about taking the plunge. What if it's a lot of responsibility? What if I put a lot of time and energy into it, and it still doesn't do anything? I'm really afraid to take the plunge. But I'm also afraid of not taking it. What a dilemma. A part of me wants to be ready, and a part of me is still on the fence. So what I've decided to do this year is get really congruent about this. To rid myself of my fears. my apprehensions. Whether I do that fast or slow, the plunge I can take is committing to it. And that's something I think I can do. I'm ready to do that. I'm ready to say yes. Here I come. Bigger, better. I'm ready. I'm saying yes. All of me is going to say yes. From the top of my head to the bottom of my toes. I'm so glad I decided to take the plunge. Take a breath. You know, for some of us, making that decision is going to feel a lot like jumping into that really cold water. But the thing is that those people didn't do it alone. They decided to take the plunge, and the beautiful part about it was there were these people who were there to support them, to help them through each part of it, to help guide them through the process. And when we decide to take that plunge, those people will show up in our lives too. Leanna and I are one of them. We're going to be coming with new people for the next intensive. I'm really excited to share it with you. Keep your emails, coming to us. We love hearing from you, and we have some exciting things coming up this year for you. Until then, this is your Coach Mary. Stay unstoppable.